This is the AEW Dynamite January 24, 2024 full show results video which takes place at Savannah, Georgia's Enmarket Arena, and the show opens with the entrance of Samoa Joe. He greets Savannah and talks about the new championship endeavor we're embarking on, and from tonight opportunities must be earned in battle, and that opportunity is to have the worst night of your life, just like Hook got last week. Hook shows up, and says last week, Joe won and he lost, and he shakes Samoa's hand and pulls him in close and says he doesn't know when or where, but he will see him again. Joe says he bets he will, but for now, Hook should go to the back of the line and he calls security to send him there. Hook takes it to 3 security guards, Tazplex on one and Red Rum on another, 2 more hit the ring and finally, the cold-hearted handsome devil waves it off and leaves. Then we saw a match between Hangman Adam Page vs Penta El Zero Miedo, and the result of this match was Hangman Adam Page won the match by pinfall with buckshot. Backstage, Renee Paquette interviews Orange Cassidy, and he says okay, he'll wrestle Roderick Strong at Revolution on March 3rd, that's like 6 weeks away. If he wants to wait that long, fine, but he's gonna keep wrestling, and he asked Tony to get some of his friends and enemies and frenemies and put them together in a #1 contenders match on Rampage. He says he has to go because Trent's about to wrestle Wardlow and Wardlow is very big. Back from the commercial, the Young Bucks are interviewed, and Nicholas demands respect by being called their passport names, and Matthew says backstage morale is through the freaking roof, they fixed the catering problem, and they're here to make sure the show runs smoothly. Top Flight roll up and they give them crap for dressing poorly and not carrying their credentials, threaten a fine next time, and act like they killed it. The next match happened between Trent Beretta vs Wardlow, and the result of this match was Wardlow won the match by pinfall with a last ride. Post-match, the Undisputed Kingdom call Wardlow off as Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, and Rocky Romero check on Trent. Renee Paquette hosts a sit-down between Deonna Purrazzo and Toni Storm on the stage, and Storm, somehow still in black and white, speaks first because she has a massage booked. She says it's ridiculous that Purrazzo would be body-shamed when there's so much else about her to be ashamed of, and gives her crap for using their past friendship to try and get a title shot. She makes it clear that if Purrazzo gets in the ring she'll twist her lips so hard she'll never eat another donut, and Deonna says she didn't come here to make friends, she came here to win the world title. She talks about how the old Toni Storm, who was the best in the world, is the one she wants to fight, so she begs her to dig deep and find that version of herself, and if she needs any further reminder, look at her ankle, because she's sure it looks like hers. The camera shows us their match tattoos and Deonna says Toni doesn't have her fooled, and Storm says she can take her tattoo and shove it down her bum hole, and Deonna attacks and tries to grab Venus de Milo, but Mariah May makes the save. Luther eats a wayward boot but the heels scramble away, Purrazzo grabs the title and holds it high. Back from the commercial, Jon Moxley talks about Blackpool Combat Club and says they win a lot but don't pat each other on the back because there's always a bigger threat, a bigger challenge, and that's what it takes to be the best. Party's over, and in 2024 he'll maim anyone who can't get with the program, and he'll cut his arm out and leave it in the ring if that's what it takes, and he'll do it every single time. Taya Valkyrie and Johnny TV cut a promo in hideous yellow fur coats, and Taya tells Deonna Purrazzo she can't cut in line, so she challenges her to a match next week. The next match happened between Jeff Hardy vs Shane Swerve Strickland, and the result of this match was Shane Strickland won the match by pinfall with the Swerve Stomp. Back from the commercial, Renee Paquette interviews Hangman Adam Page. Before he can say anything, Shane Strickland rolls up to crow about beating Jeff Hardy and being undefeated in 2024. Hangman tells him somebody will knock him down the rankings before he can even get a title match, and Renee tells them they get to pick each other's matches next week. The next match happened between Red Velvet vs Thunder Rosa, and the result of this match was Thunder Rosa won the match by pinfall with the Tijuana Bomb. Tony Schiavone is in the ring and introduces Darby Allin and Sting, and Darby talks about how everyone asks him what it's like to team with Sting, and also that he should slow down so he doesn't retire before him. He talks about seeing Sting's retirement in 2015 and wondering what it would be like if it was him. When Sting came to AEW, he flew to Sting's house where he had a ring in his garage and they rolled around, and Allin quickly came to the conclusion that he still got it. We see Matthew and Nicholas Jackson watching backstage, and Darby says he told Sting he had to end his career on his own terms, and now they're 27-0 and that makes them the #1 contenders for the tag titles. He looks Sting in his eyes and tells him he still got it and asks if Sting wants to end his career as tag champions, and the Icon gets on the mic and says he's all in. Back from the commercial, Big Bill Morrissey and Absolute Ricky Starks respond and accept the challenge, and Starks says it's fitting that Sting's comeback started against him and a partner of his and now it ends against him and his best partner, and he might as well lay down right now. The next match happened between Mogul Embassy versus the Acclaimed for the AEW World Trios Championship, and the result of this match was the Acclaimed won the match by pinfall with a lateral press from Daddy Ass on Bishop Count, retaining the AEW World Trios Championship. In the main event of the show, we saw a match between Adam Copeland versus Minoru Suzuki, and the result of this match was Adam Copeland defeated Minoru Suzuki by pinfall with killswitch. Post-match, Copeland gets on the mic and says he's never been hit that hard in his life and offers Suzuki respect and a handshake, and Minoru stands up, growls in his face, and walks off. Adam shrugs it off like he'd be disappointed if Suzuki had shaken his hand, and says Christian Cage doesn't know what kind of war that match was like, and he's still coming for him, and the show goes off the air.